Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Rurouni Kenshin, the Kyoto Disturbance arc, episode number 9 reaction. So the previous episode we met another one of the Juppon Gatana. His name is Joe, and he, after getting to know that I forgot his name, the person that Kenshin wanted to make wanted the Sakabato from, the person who is not alive anymore, him. uh, he got to know that he has a sword, a katana that he has kept, and him being a big fan of his works, yeah, Joe wanted to get that, and to get that, he goes there and he literally threatens the family, takes their kid hostage, and it seemed like he was almost ready to kill everyone over there. But yeah, thankfully he didn't really harm anyone, and takes the kid as a hostage to the shrine where the sword is supposed to be. Kenshin, after getting to know that, immediately comes here and a battle ensures after that. It seems, for now, it seems Kenshin is way stronger, but now he has revealed he has like a one of the weapons kind of, like kind of tucked around here in his stomach, kind of like rolled around him, which helps him negate the attacks that he's getting, that Kenshin tried to attack him with. But overall, I don't think this guy is going to be a big, threat, because, I just don't know. Kenshin is literally bodying him with a broken Sakabato while he has all these tricks up his sleeves. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens today here, as I'm guessing we're going to see the battle. So yeah, let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Shaku, yeah, that's his name. What in the... What even is that? Oh, damn. Well, at this point, this even isn't even a sword anymore. It's a, it's a. I don't know what it is. It's like a snake. Hmm. Drawing of the forbidden. Hmm. Oh boy. Spiritual ball. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it seems like he's... Oh. Okay, so he made the tip more heavier. Orochi. Like a snake? Yeah, Orochi? Oh, oh no. Yeah, his leg is being. That's why he wears the gloves so that he can grab it. I don't think so. Just please don't. Okay. Are you? No, just don't go there. He'll attack you. No, that's not even the point. I don't think he'll let him them. Yeah. Okay, just. Oh boy. The problem here is that he doesn't even have a weapon. Like he. Oh damn. Okay. Yo, this guy. I just don't know. I feel like this guy's like. In no way is this guy worthy of the Juppon Katana's name. This guy seems like a common thug and just using tricks up his sleeves. You're the pathetic one here. Hmm. Oh boy, shut up. 10 years. Yeah. Okay. Bro, are you. What is wrong with this guy? Is this guy that delusional or is he that egotistical that he's just that blind? Yeah, that is a very important thing. No, I think he'll try to get the weapon. Yeah, he'll try to get the weapon and give it to Kenshin, I think. Oh, damn. Oh, whoa. Using the. Yeah, he's trying to get the weapon so that he can give it to Kenshin. Yep. Yeah, it's the people. Obviously, a katana is a weapon. It's a tool. What? Why is his hair? Yeah. You should get a haircut. Oh, yo! Oh, he just sheathed it. Oh God, bro, this guy is so weak. I just cannot understand. Kenshin is defeating him without even a weapon. Is this guy really one of the Juppon Katana? What? Or is Kenshin that strong? Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. No, I don't think it still hasn't sealed the deal because he's gonna get up. But still, well, yeah, because it's bleeding. Okay, come on, bring the weapon. Mm, there you go. Alright, give it to him. Hopefully, Joe doesn't get it. Oh, okay, thank you. I was like, maybe if Joe intercepts it. Bro, you're dumb. This guy was defeating you without a weapon. Now he has a weapon. What? I just. No, but here's the thing. Kenshin doesn't use a weapon to. Yeah, because it's a sword. Yeah, that I was thinking if this is going to be a problem. No, no, that is the problem. It's gonna begin then. Yeah. Oh. Oh wait, she didn't know? I guess. Oh yeah, that's true. She didn't know. Yep. I was thinking. But maybe use the other side? I don't know. Oh god. Here we go. Oh! Oh no no. He's gonna. Oh damn! Oh my god! Oh yeah, you're in front. Oh, okay. So yeah, I think he used the other side. He used the other side, the reverse side of the blade. I was thinking, can't he just do that? Because if this was the real side, he would have been two halves. I don't think that was the. No, 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 no. That was the reverse side. Surely. Or maybe this sword wasn't supposed to be a killing sword. It is a. It is a blunt. Like. Oh. It is a. Yeah. Okay, there you go. Oh, so he did make it for him. Okay. So wait, so people didn't even open it? She didn't see if it's a weapon? Like, because. Bro, go home. You are the one to say not to get cocky, you stupid idiot. Usui. Can someone please shut this guy up and just throw him into the river or something. Annoying little kid. Ugh, police. Oh, so Saito? Yeah. So you didn't even wait. Okay, I have a few things to talk about after this. What the? Wait. What's happening? Oh yeah, because he kept. Okay. Yeah, but what about the sheath? What the? Oh, is this a message? What's written there? Flashing on my son. Hmm. Right. Yeah. Like it was like wartime all the time. And I guess after he made the Sakamoto for Kenshin, he realized that Kenshin might need another one in the future. or as he says, Shinuchi. Shin-uchi's true. Oh, so this one was the best one. So, okay, so Kenshin had a Kageuchi up until now, I'm assuming, and this was the true one? Okay, okay. Okay, so, never mind. So I thought he made this one thinking Kenshin would need another one. But this was just a Shimichi, okay. Okay. What the? Wait, who's this? Katsura? Oh, that was Shaku, okay. No? This was the Sakabato that he gave. The Kageuchi, okay. Yep, he told it was a failure. Hmm. Then you'll get the real one. Oh, there you go. Oh, fourth year outskirts of. Oh, okay. All right, there you go. So yeah, I was thinking like it will be either two things. Either he used the reverse side, or it was like a Sakabato to begin with, and they never really knew. Ah, hmm. Okay, and that was today's episode. Right, so that was episode 9, and today we had the battle, proper battle against Joe. Now, like I said, I genuinely I don't really like this guy. Like I've seen the other a few of the other Juppon Gatanas, but this guy is like the most annoying one out of all of them. And I don't know. I'm not sure exactly where he is in the power ranking of the Juppon Gatana, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's the weakest one, because this guy wasn't even able to defeat Kenshin, with Kenshin being wounded in one leg and without any weapon. Like, I was baffled, and I was baffled at the fact that he still, like, like, was running his mouth after all of that. Like, bro, what? Good lord, I just cannot. Like, these type of characters are the characters that I hate the most in any type of show, who just doesn't have the, like, the um capability of backing their words. Like, these are the type of characters who cannot, like, they're not the type of people who has the amount of skills necessary for them to, like, run their mouth so much. Like, if you are someone who's, like, prideful and boastful and just, like that, you should have the skills to accompany that, not like this. And also the fact that you just completely underestimate. Like, yeah, he might be strong against the, like, like the normal fighters and everything. Against Kenshin, nope. It was pretty damn obvious that this guy was like the, yeah. But that's why I'm saying I'm not sure exactly where he stands in the ranking of the Juppangatana. I wouldn't be surprised if he's like number 10. That is the last one, like the weakest of the weakest. I wouldn't really be surprised. But I guess that's probably not how it goes. Like, the Juppangatana probably is more of a, like, each of them are like better in one way, and, like, are shine in one particular way. It's not as if you can compare them. At least that's what I think. Like, like, you cannot really compare these guys like a ranking system, but maybe they are each like a specialist in their own way, which is why maybe they cannot really be compared. I don't know, but either way, this guy was the worst one out of all of the others. Like, he might probably be the most harmless one, that is for sure. Because, yeah, we literally saw him get defeated. The others that we'll probably meet in the future will be way more difficult, way more stronger, and way more dangerous, than him. But still, this guy was pissing me off, like, continuously. And I'm like, bro, just take him out and just throw me into prison. Like, yeah. Right, and that's what happened by the end of it, you know. And there you go. In the end, Kenshin was ready to, kill him, but then he realized in the end that's the Sakabato. It was a Sakabato. It wasn't sword. Now, the reason why this is a Sakabato. So it turns out the weapon that he was using up until now was a Kageuchi, and Shaku himself told him that it's a failure. If this breaks and you're still that naive, then come and meet me in Kyoto. Um, and he probably planned on giving him the Shinuchi after that, but he ended up passing away. So now his son had that, and his son probably thought that, oh my god, this is a weapon that my dad made. It must be an absolutely terrifying, like, killing tool, and it's going to destroy everyone. Yeah, let me just put it in the shrine, and hopefully nobody gets it. Nobody needs a weapon like this in the upcoming peaceful world. And probably never unsheathed it and looked at it. And that's why this is the whole situation. Nobody knew. Even this guy, Cho, he thought this was like one of the best killing weapons or something like that. And that's why he came here. I wonder how he would have reacted if he realized from the beginning that it's a Sakabato. I don't think, or who knows? Maybe he would have taken it, because it's not really like, yeah, he did say that he wants to use the weapons to kill other people, but I guess he also said that he's a big fan of Shaku's works, so he's like a collector of some sorts or whatever. So maybe he would have just taken it and kept it. Maybe, probably he wouldn't use it, but maybe he would have kept it. I don't know what he would have done with it, but it would have been kind of funny if he realized that this is a Sakamoto before this. I wonder how he would have reacted. Would he have gone through so much to get it? Yeah, probably. I don't know. Either way, there you go. That's what happened. Now, like, this is one thing that I've always thought. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not sure how this works, but couldn't Kenshin just use, like, the reverse side of a blade to fight, like to attack. Like, wouldn't that really like yeah, I can understand, like if you're using a real blade, you can you're gonna kill someone. But what about the reverse side? I guess it probably doesn't work like that, because you're like fighting, like, and a weapon is made in such a way that the curvature of it is probably on the side of the blade. So if you try to use the reverse side, maybe it doesn't work like that. I'm not sure. That's why I'm saying I have no idea. But I've seen in a few other shows like characters using like the reverse side of the blade to not like kill someone or something. So I've always wondered, why does Kenshin not do that? Is it not realistic? Is it like an anime thing where you know just for the show in itself they use the reverse side, and that's not really possible? I don't know. I've never thought about it, but I've thought, like, why does Kenshin not use the reverse side? Maybe that's not possible. I don't know. Anyways, um yeah, but thankfully this was a Sakabato, and this one was the real one, the Shinichi. Okay, so another thing I wanted to talk about is Shaku, his principles and what he taught. So basically, what his son like feared is that, as we saw, that he didn't like the fact that his father made like weapons of killing, and that obviously armed the people, and they ended up fighting and like killing each other. And he always said, like, the weapons are the like, my weapons will be the one which is going to make a new era or something like that, he said, which ironically was something that he also ended up believing, which in the end, uh, you know he realizes the mistake in that word. He realizes that it's not the weapon that makes the error, but the person who wields that weapon. The person, that is the main truth. How a weapon is going to be, it ends up on the person who's wielding it. Weapon has no sin. It is just a tool. It'll depend on how you use it, you know, for that weapon to transform into a killing tool or something to protect and save save the world with. So that's why I'm saying, ironically, he also ended up believing the same thing, but then in the end he realizes it. But that's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is, like, so basically, his father had this whole impression, but then, as he says, midway he realized the wrong in this belief, how wrong it is. But obviously that was in the middle of the war. So as he said, now he cannot back down. Like, he has been making weapons for these people and everything, not really back down. So he prayed for an era where all these things will stop, and he kept making the weapons, up until the very end. And in the very end, he made the Sakabato, which the Kageuchi he gave to Kenshin, and he was like, if you keep spewing these naive words, even after this breaks, then come to me. I'll help you. Which obviously he planned on giving him the Shinichi, and that's what we see now. That's now Kenshin has gotten it. So that is what happened in the end. From reading that inscription, these guys got to know. Here we go. Slashing at myself, I forge metal into blades for months and for years. Even if my child hates me, it is for my grandchild's time. So yeah, in the middle of making these weapons, he realized that it's too late. He's in the middle of it. Instead of just stopping it, he kept making weapons, because he's like, even if my child hates me for it, I'm doing this for my grandchild's time, so that peace is, so that the peace era comes. Hopefully, thanks to my weapons. Yeah, a lot of people will die and everything, but hopefully the process hastens up, and when my grandchild is born, hopefully the world is at peace by then. That's why I keep making this, to hasten the time process for that era to come. Right. Here we go. He kept forging blades for years, feeling like he was slashing himself, even if it meant his own child resented him. He did it for the following generation of his grandchildren. There you go. Shaku likely engraved this as his farewell poem. Um, so my father has realized midway, yeah, that it was only his pride saying, "Souls create a new era." There you go. But times were right in the middle of the Bakumatsu turmoil. That's when he realized how wrong he is. So there you go. It was so chaotic he couldn't pull back, and that's why he kept going. He was stagnant enough to agonize. As a soulsmith living in the Bakumatsu era, my father kept moving forward. The only thing he could do was to keep making murderous swords, hoping a peaceful era would arrive as soon as possible. He had a live. He had to live what looked like an ironic life. Yeah, completely against how he really felt. Right. My father had left behind, along with prayers of deep regret and a faint hope, the holy sword Sakabato Shinichi. So there you go. That is the true reason. Now, like he said, in the end, there was probably this little hope he had that of a peaceful era. And, he kept making these murderous weapons, but he had the hope that oh, at the end of this tunnel there will be light, and that light would be a peaceful era. That would be beginning of a peaceful era. For that peaceful era, as a symbol of hope, he made the Sakabato. And obviously, as they mentioned later, that when you make a Sakabato, or not Sakabato, but any type of weapon, there will be like, I think that's what he says. Was it a Sakabato or was it any weapon that they make, that there'll be a Kageuchi and a. Oh, there you go. When you forge a holy sword, it's common custom to create not one but two or more. Right. And the ones that are the failure ones are Kageuchi. Well, this is the true one, which is given to the gods. That is a Shinichi. Um, yeah, the one where was forged well is called Shinichi and be offered to the gods. And while the others are called Kageuchi, will be stored or given away. There you go. And that's what happened. And he gave the Kageuchi to Kenshin, and then the Shinichi he kept it for an era, peaceful era. So yeah, he made this weapon as a symbol of hope. He didn't make it for selling it or giving it to someone or anything. He just made it as a symbol of like a peaceful world that might come in the future. Uh, and yeah, and he gave the Kagechi to Kenshin, and he was like, yeah, if you still keep spewing these words, come, I'll set you up. But he died before that, unfortunately, and his son was probably too afraid to see what his father made, so he never even like unsheathed the weapon. He just thought that it was like some kind of a murderous weapon or something. Something that my father called his best work definitely must be like a absolute like a murder, some dude. So let me just put it somewhere that nobody finds it, something like that. um yeah. There you go. And right now Kenshin has that. Even at the end, we see, even in the end, like we get to see Shaku here. Okay, so where's that part? So Kenshin says that, wait a minute. um where's that part where Kenshin says, yeah, I will not slay any men. I'm trying to find that place where he mentions Katsura. Where's that part? Imperial Station hasn't started, how selfish you are. On top of that, what the hell are you going to do without your sword? Yeah. And Kenshin says, oh, there you go. I have been pardoned by Master Katsura, Mr. Shaku. Okay, is this the same Katsura that I'm thinking? Katsura Kogoro, I think. That was his full name, wasn't it? You know what? Let me check. I'm pretty sure that was his name. Yep, Katsura Kogoro or Kido Takayoshi. Is this the Katsura Kogoro, or is this um, someone else maybe? You know, Obviously we're getting to see the actual Shinsengumi people here. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be surprising if Katsura Kogoro is here as well. So yeah. Wait, yeah, it would make sense this to be Katsura because Katsura was on the side of um the Joishishi, weren't they? Like, he like on the side of them. Like, yeah, obviously Shinsengumi were on the other side, while yeah, and since Kenshin and all of them had their battles with the Shinsengumi, that would mean like Kenshin's group was like this group. So it wouldn't be surprising if Katsura is, yeah. Wait a minute, let me see. Here we go. Samurai and a Shishi, who is considered one of the three great nobles who read the Meiji Restoration. Um, Shishi or Ishin Shishi. Yep. Yeah. So there you go. All right. So that was today's episode. And yeah, that was the one part that I wanted to talk about. The other section, that is the first section, is the part where we had the battle against Kenshin and Joe. So Joe is you know what? I don't have anything to talk about here. Like, really, like the whole section, like, was just Joe being prideful and just spewing his like just running his mouth like an idiot and trying to provoke Kenshin and getting like provoked himself by literally nothing. He was like looking at Kenshin and it's like, hey, why are you looking at me like that? Like that eye, those eyes, I hate those eyes. And I'm like, bro, just stop. Like, like, really. And yeah, and he just, that's what the first section was, him just making a complete fool of himself and trying to like provoke Kenshin and all that, but Kenshin wasn't really provoked. He was just looking at him and he was getting provoked himself by that, and his pride was like, his ego was being whittled down, so he was not having it. His pride wasn't really allowing it, so he tries just making more noise. That was what was happening. That part was pretty cool, where Kenshin literally stops his weapon and just gives him an elbow like this in the head. And I'm like, bro, after all of this, you should probably just retire. Like, you're strong, definitely strong, but you're supposed to be one of the Juppon Katana. Kenshin is elbowing you into submission. That is embarrassing. Even with so many things, so much advantage you have. You have a hostage with you. That's number one. Number two, you have a weapon which acts very weirdly. Just goes around like a snake, and it literally bends and turns. Number three, Kenshin's wounded in the leg. Number four, Kenshin has no weapon. Even after all of this, all of these unfair advantage that you have, the fact that you got elbowed in the forehead and you fell down flat on the floor and you're still trying to run your mouth, that is embarrassing. Very embarrassing, especially because you are you're supposed to be one of the Juppon Katana. Like, like I said, I genuinely don't understand one thing. Is it that he's weak, or is it Kenshin is too strong? I'm not really able to understand that. You know what? We'll probably get this answer after we meet a few of the other Juppon Katanas and see Kenshin fight them. Because I just don't know. Like, it could be that Kenshin is too damn strong. And that's why, like, this guy is pretty strong as well, but that's why he just got bodied so easily. It might be, like, maybe I'm just like, thinking that this guy is weak, but that's not the case. He's not weak at all. Like, obviously, by weak, I'm comparing him to the Juppon Katana. I know he's very strong compared to the others, but comparing him to the Juppon Katanas, I think he's the weakest. But like I said, I guess this will have to wait, because it might just be that Kenshin is too damn strong. Like, and that would really surprise me. So I'll have to wait and see how Kenshin fares against a few of the other Juppon Katanas. Then I'll be able to make a proper estimate as to how strong these guys are. Before that, I cannot really say anything. because this seemed like a child's play to Kenshin, you know. But he did struggle with what's his name, Sojiro, and he also said, Joe also said that there's two people who's stronger than him, Sojiro and who was the other one? What? Oh, wait a minute, let me go and check. Um. mm, okay, so here we go. On of those, two of them, Sojiro that you have already fought once. Hmm. Mr. Usui. Okay. This guy, Usui. Right. Huh. Ah. Okay. So these two people. Like we already saw Sojiro, but Usui. I guess we'll meet him later. Either way, yeah. That was what happened. So yeah, that, like I said, it might as well be that Kenshin is too damn strong. But we'll see. Let me see. Let me wait and see Genshin fight with a few of the other Juppon Gatanans. Then I'll be able to understand how strong these people are. Right. Yeah, and that was today's episode. So in the end, Cho got arrested. Saito's gonna take care of him, and we'll see. There you go. That was today's episode. Great episode. Yeah, let's wait and see. And thankfully, Kenshin has a weapon now. Like a Sakabato. Right, and that was for today. That was my overall impression for this episode. Now let me talk about this episode scene by scene. In the very first scene, we get to see Kenshin facing off against Joe. Joe brings out his weapon, the no the that weapon, the the snake like weapon. What did he call it? Wait a minute, Hakushin. Yeah, Hakujin. Sorry, Hakujin. The Hakujin blade. And so they kind of get. I was thinking, I was like, what type of sorcery is this? How can a sword move around like that? It's like moving it around like a whip, And I'm like, how does that even work? But I guess they try to give an explanation here, which is the reason why he can control the tip like that is because the tip is weighed down. And because of that, I guess if you do it in a certain way, you can like control the trajectory. Which, yeah, I guess I can kind of imagine that happening, with a lot of training, with a lot of, uh, like practice to use like a peculiar weapon like that. I guess you can do that. Maybe, I don't know. But I'm not really sure if a weapon like this could even exist in the real world. Like, can you even make some weapon like this thin, like a paper blade, which still contains the same amount of edge, maybe even more edge than a normal one, because this is so damn flexible, and keep that flexibility and control it like that. I'm not sure if this is possible in the real world, but whatever. It wouldn't surprise me. I feel like it is possible, but they're probably exaggerating it here. No, this is an anime, like obviously, without any exaggeration. What's even the point? So yeah, I feel like this is possible, but this is way more exaggerated. I think, at least. Like he's like he's like kind of swinging it around like a rope or something. I'm like, bro, how is this a thing? But yeah, he uses it to attack Kenshin here in the leg. Obviously, Kenshin didn't expect it to move like that, so his leg gets injured, and obviously he cannot move properly because of that leg now. Like, so now Kenshin has a broken Sakabato and a injured leg, and he's still fighting someone like this with so much disadvantage. Okay, either way, here we go. By making the blade tip slightly heavier, you can transfer the subtle snaps of your wrist. Yeah, right to the blade's trajectory to control it. Right. Then he starts using it again towards Kenshin. Kenshin blocks it, but he almost gets hit here, so he dodges it, thankfully. And this is continuing. Here we get to see this guy, he says like, okay, you know what, let me go and save Yuri. Now I was kind of concerned, like obviously Misao got mad here because, obviously she's like, what the hell, like, Kenshin is trying to save you guys, and you are thinking of making him a decoy. And he's like, I don't know, I didn't tell him to save us. And that's where even Okina got a little bit pissed off. He was like, stop it, Misao. Like, he's like, okay, here's what I can say. Like, like you are free to have your own opinion about this, but you should try to understand who is Kenshin fighting this battle for who, you know, and yeah. So he said that, and like I said, I wasn't even concerned about like I wasn't even like thinking about the fact that he's kind of, as Misal says, literally making Kenshin into a decoy. But I was more concerned about the fact that if he tries to act smart like that, Cho can literally skewer him. He wouldn't even be able to reach his son to save him. Before that, he'll be skewered by that thing. So I was like, just stop. Like, you acting like this is not going to help anyone. It's going to bring more problems. So I was like, just stop. Just don't try to act smart like that. Like, Kenshi is already struggling with his injured leg, and if he has to save you as well now from getting killed, then that'll be a different like set of problems. So just stop it. And that's why I'm like, just stop. But he was trying to do this, but then when Okina says that, he kind of stops here, which was good, I guess. you know yeah, and Kenshin keeps fighting. And here is where Cho starts blabbering about some nonsense. He's like, oh, like he says some things. Kenshin is like I have, like killed a lot of people, and he's like, oh, what are you doing? You're bragging. You're talking about your past accomplishments and all that. And Kenshin is like, I killed a lot of people before, but like now that the times are changing and times are starting to show peace to the point where children grow up, children are a source of like a hope. They're a symbol for a peaceful world. And to me, he's an irreplaceable godsend of the new era. Like, I think I mentioned this on one of the previous episodes, like when Yori got introduced. I said like the reason why Kenshin uh didn't push them from making a sword for him, Sakabato for him. One of the reasons is because he sees someone being able to leave behind their past, their bloody past, to walk into a new future, like without any bloodshed, any blood, any weapons, any war. And the kid and this whole family is a symbol for that. They are an indication that, yeah, you can leave behind your past and become a new person, a good person, and you can change yourself. That is something that Kenshin is striving to be. He's aspiring to be. He still hasn't been able to reach that, but he's aspiring to be. So seeing someone like that, and a family like that, he gets hope that the path that he's walking, it is not futile. It is like possible to achieve it. He can become the same. He can, like like he can wish for a world where there will be no bloodshed, where there will be peace, and he will be able to leave behind his bloody past, become a new person. you know Seeing them makes him realize that this is possible, which fills him with hope. So that is why he didn't try to drag them back into the bloody battlefield, because he doesn't want that, because he himself is trying to reach a position where he will be like them. So yeah, for him, this family, the little kid, is a hope. Is a symbol of hope, and that is what Kenshin literally says here. He says like children are a symbol for a peaceful world. Like when children are laughing and and playing around, that is when the world is peaceful. And you know and that's why he's like, so I'm going to lay down my life, it doesn't matter, to save this kid. Yeah. And yeah, this is why he himself says new eras doesn't come about because of sword, but it comes around because of the people who wield them. Which makes him understand that how wrong he was. and how he never thought about it like that. And that's when he decides to bring in the sword and give it to Kenshin. So obviously Cho doesn't try to let him do that, but Kenshin stops him by throwing his weapon towards him, the broken Sagabato, and he goes inside the shrine and gets the weapon. Now here Cho gets pissed off, tries to attack Kenshin, but here Kenshin uses his sheath to stop the blade and elbows him, as we saw here. Like I said, I'm like, the fact that he still gets up and starts keeps keeps spewing nonsense is absolutely baffling. And I'm like, bro, just stop. You know, even with this amount of handicaps, you're still not able to do anything. That is absolutely embarrassing as a Juppon katana. Either way, after that, comes in and gives Kenshin the weapon, but Kenshin cannot really unsheath it because as they explain, as Okina says, that this is like a this is a like a rule that Kenshin has made. He's made this rule within him that I'm not going to use a sword to kill again. I'm going to use a sakabato, and going against this is going to go against his principle. And obviously Misao's like, okay, come on, this at this point of time, can't he just make one exception? And Okina's like, that is not the point. The point here is, if he makes that exception, he will turn into Hitokiri Battosai again. He won't be able to. He's trying to suppress his past. So if he lets it go again, there's a high possibility he won't be able to come back to his Rurouni self again. So that is what he's fearing. And I guess this is where Misao gets to know that he's Hitokiri Battosai. She's like, wait, what? Hitokiri Battosai? Right. Anyways, but yeah, Okina is right. That is true. Like when you're trying to do something, like you like not this anything, be it like any type of habit that you're trying to stop. Like for example, maybe like you're trying to I don't know, like you're trying to control your diet or something. Like you're like, oh, I'm not going to, I'm going to eat healthy. Like you're like, yeah, I'm going to eat healthy from here onwards, and you start doing that, and then suddenly one day you're like, oh, like maybe a little exception. Yeah, as soon as you reach for that temptation, it's over. You're going to that won't be the first day you make an exception. There'll be a second day, there'll be a third day, there'll be a fourth day, and it'll continue like this. And then one day you'll just realize, bruh, I'm every day is an exception now. Like what? Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Anything, any kind of thing, any kind of habit or any kind of practice that I'm trying to do. You know, if you think of something that you're going to do this, you should do that. Like making exceptions to that is going to, like, unless and until you are very, like, I don't know, like you're very, like you can control yourself extremely well. you know the exceptions, making these exceptions for the rule, will become a habit. But I guess if you are, if you're able to control yourself, then I guess you can make a few exceptions. But most people are not able to do that. They're, and especially in a situation like this, which is literally related to killing people. So Kenshin needs to be very careful about this. He cannot do anything remotely close to killing someone or taking someone's life, because once that happens, once that starts, it'll be difficult to stop it again. But here you can see Kenshin was ready to kill, because Joe starts acting like a smartass. He's like, oh, I'm going to kill this kid over here, tries to attack Iori. And then he's like, ah, got you. Like I I baited you. And then he realizes, oh my god, it was a mistake baiting him. I'm dead. He realizes a bit too late. That's when Kenshin has already taken out his, like a weapon and attacked him. And I was thinking that he like used like a reverse side or something like that, which prevented him from, getting killed. Because I was like, if he used the weapon, the blade, this guy would be in two halves now. In no way. If this is supposed to be Shaku's, like, final piece, and it is supposed to be an actual sword, this guy would be two halves now. The fact that he's not in two halves means that he's alive. Like something happened. Kenshin either did something or something. And at the very end, I was thinking, wait a minute, maybe this in itself is a Sakabato. They never really confirmed what type of a weapon it is. It's in the sheath. We still haven't seen if what type of a weapon it is. And there you go. Immediately we see, like when everyone's like, oh my god, Joe is dead. But then Misao's like, wait a minute, it's a Sakabato. And even Kenshin realizes that now. Kenshin sees it, and Kenshin's like, "Oh, what the? Yeah, okay." So there you go. And Misao's like, "You know what? Fantastic. You kept your promise. You haven't killed anyone. This is a Sakabato." You know. Yeah, and then Cho starts like again running his mouth. He's like, "Oh, like there are 9 more swordsmen like me," and I'm like, you know what? If all the other swordsmen are like you, I think that'll be very helpful. Like really, like that'll be a godsend. Like the anime will probably end in 10 more episodes if all the other swordsmen are like you. But I doubt that's the case. As he says himself later on that there's 2 other people who are stronger than him, which I kind of believe because he is right. Sojiro was stronger than him, and the other person that he brings up, what was his name? I again forgot his name. Usui, yeah. Usui and Sojiro, he is correct in Sojiro being stronger than him. That's why I think he's probably correct in saying that Usui is also stronger than him. That I kind of believe that. But like I said, if the other swordsmen are like you, that'll actually be so helpful. Like, like thank God. Yeah. Either way, that is it. That is how it ended. Then Misao like whacks him in the head so that he stops spewing nonsense. And then Kenshin's like, you know what? We're going to hand him over to Mr. Saito. Right. And after that, the sheath kind of breaks, and then in the blade, in the other like on the lower side of the blade, there is like an inscription. The inscription is what the final poem that Shaku wrote them. Flashing at myself, I forge metal into blades. Even if my children hates me, it is for my grandchild's time. There you go. Yeah, so this is where in the end they realized that Shaku realized in the middle of his journey that how his statement about swords making an era is so prideful and so wrong, but he was too far gone. It was the war era, so he kept making these weapons, praying for a day when peace will come again. And the Sakabato was a symbol of hope for him, you know, a symbol of the peace times coming in the future. So obviously, when you make a weapon, like a holy weapon, you always have like make 2 or more of them. The inferior ones are Kageuchi, and the true one, the best one is the Shinuchi, which is offered to the god. That's why they kept it in the shrine, and the others are either stored away and given away. So that is why we see, the flashback. Kenshin got that from Shaku. Shaku gave it to him, and Shaku's like, take this. Like you're talking about these peace stuff, and you're not going to kill and everything. That is naive and too idealistic. But if at the end of the day, if at the end of the source, this Kageuchi's lifespan, if you are still spewing those nonsense, then come to me. I'll help you. So there you go, and that's what that was. Right. And then in the end, you see Kenshin is like, it's like raining. Kenshin is in this place, and inside the place there's a little cat. Who was also like shivering. Okay, and that's where it ended. It ended in a very weird section. So I wonder if we're going to see like something of his past or something in the next episode. We'll see. Anyways, that is where it ended for today. Fantastic episode, and yeah, there you go. that is it. That was my reaction to episode number 9 of Rurouni Kenshin, the Kyoto Disturbance. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. That is it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Rurouni Kenshin. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.